Atinye kamang'unet ale imite komye eng olda tugul ole imite ako atochin eng logoiwekab emet kong'ete Kass TV ne somanun kwane Bernard Tanoe. Kakokimit Principal Secretary nebo Public Health notok ko Mary Muthoni kole makat kotindoi emoni ketesosiekab quarantine chekiboisie eng kanyaetab biik ndawendi atkoit emoni miandab Ebola. Kosubkei ak Muthoni kotesetai serikali kokonoptoi tetutik chebo kirindaetab mionotok bo Ebola ole kitou ketesosiekab quarantine eng komaswek tugul chemite barak mugetab koityi mionoto cheboto kiwotetab Malaba asikimuch kiterter mionoto bo Ebola. Kong'ololi Muthoni eng kiwato nebo Malaba yikangochikili oleu tetutik chebo chikiletab Ebola anan screening ole chutune kiwato inoto lorishekab trailer chesire 300 eng kila betut kobun emotinwek cheterter ole kokekanapta chikilishet eng kiwato inoto.
As at today, we have 59 suspected cases that we have taken their samples to the lab, and none of them is positive. All of them are negative. And we are praying that in Kenya, we will not have any positive case as we continue. We have been able to enhance our surveillance. So our surveillance teams are working day and night to ensure that we can pick on spots or areas for response. We have also been able to strengthen our laboratory. You have heard and we have said again and again, we have KEMRI Nairobi, KEMRI Kisumu. We have our national public health laboratories. We have a mobile laboratory that is able to test and see whether the sample has Ebola pathogens. I'm also asking the truck drivers, please, when you get to Malaba border, ensure that you are also screened properly. Ensure that if you have signs and symptoms of Ebola, you go to the nearest facility for further assessment. If we had 47 quarantine centers in this country, I would be sleeping easy. But right now, I'm still restless because we need those quarantine centers at whatever cost. We need, when we have a case, a confirmed case, there is somewhere we can we can isolate them. And if we have exposed individuals, there's somewhere they can be quarantined. Also, keeping high levels of hygiene, ensuring that you wash your hands, ensuring that the surfaces that you're working on are cleaned, ensuring that where you're sleeping, and especially hoteliers, they are supposed to disinfect all the beddings that they have. When a visitor comes, please clean the beddings. We are going to continue training everybody. We are going to have weekly briefs for truck drivers at this border point.
I was going to Kenya to buy some luggages, but they're saying that there is Ebola. Now there is Ebola in Uganda, even Kenya. I was adding something about Ebola, but they are measuring for us every day. But I don't know. Ebola is there or I don't know even.
Huko upande wa Busia, Ebola bado hatujasikia pahali imetokea. Lakini kwa sasa hapa kwa boda haina shida yote. Hapa Ebola tumezingatia ile hali yenye serikali inataka ya usafi. Kwa sasa hatuna shida yote hapa.
Betushek tutugin kong'ete ngobor kaimetabgei kabatikab Uasin Gishu kotinygei ak rarunetab mbolea choto chebo top dressing ko kakoit mbolea ichoto chagoshekab cereal eng taonitab Eldoret. Katach mbolea ichoto bo top dressing Managing Director nebo National Cereals and Produce Board NCPB Samuel Ndung'o nekaiwekchi kongoi kabatik kosubkei ak nekomuita eng kasarta nekokingen ne mbolea ichoto ko kinyoru report notok eng koindo kobun sirindenyo eng taonitab Eldoret Isaac Kogei.
Kong'alaldos eng chogeshekab NCBB nemite eng taonitab Eldoret kasarta noto nekatoche itunetab katoldoleiwek chotok chebo top dressing, komwa managing director noto nebo NCBB Samuel Nungu ak sirindet noto nebo kabatishet Rashid Kator kole kakomuch koletit kaimutiet noto nekotinyegei ak itunetab katoldoleiwek kou notok kowekchin kongoi kabatik eng kasarta noto nebo muitaet.
To give assurance that the continuation of the program is not hampered by anything. We are continuing to deliver fertilizer to the farmers. So we also came as to witness the continuation of fertilizer supply, mainly the top dressing fertilizer that is most needed around this time. And I want to first of all thank the farmers for agreeing to respond to the request. 1 or 2 weeks where there was some minor disruption which we are able to correct.
The reason why we are here is just to make sure that when farmers raise an issue, since this is a caring government, it responds, finds out if there is any problem, the same is sorted. We are so sure that by the end of today, almost all the about 21 areas there we supply will have enough for farmers to go back to the farms and top dress. We want to assure the farmers and Kenyans in general that this program is still very much on and it will be implemented efficiently.
Mwae icheket kole imuch kobit kaimutiet kasarta noto nebo kulset eng kenyit nenyonei kosubkei ak neking'et lolotinwek chechang chotok chebo katoldoleiwek chotok chebo kulset ngiyonye chotok chebo top dressing.
So much as there has been challenges, I think it's fair to state that we have overcome those challenges, because going by the figures we are talking today, we have gone beyond what we have gone beyond the numbers we achieved last year. And so it's important to say that we will continue to do our best to make sure that we are in a position to support the government to achieve the intended goal.
Kamwa afisa chotok kole tieme kotoretkei ak serikalitab emoni eng kanyumnyumetab nyorunetab katoldoleiwek anan fertilizer eng kasarta noto nenyolunot.
Remains well fed to be able to take care of the population. And as for the subsidy program, which also undertakes the subsidy program on matters to do with seeds and the fertilizer, you will realize that there's been confidence from the farmers, from the figures that are being shared. Like last year, there was a distribution of about 6.7 million bags of fertilizer as compared to this year's long range, which is about 7.5. It shows that the farmers are actually out there making use of the fertilizer to ensure that this country has enough food.
And at this particular point, I can say that we adequately handled the planting part to a point that we have leftovers of planting fertilizer, which again will be critical when we start the next season. At the same time, when we are starting the long range, we had stocks for top dressing fertilizer, which we have continued to give farmers up to this point. And of course, to begin the season, the focus was on planting fertilizer. Now the focus has changed to top dressing fertilizer.
Pitu nitok petushek chengeringen kong'ete kwai kambaket kabatik akobo rerunetab top dressing nekiyai eng komoswek chotok bo cereals. Kong'ete taonitab Eldoret eng county nebo Uasin Gishu, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Isaac Kogei.
Ngisho County kebendo ke county nebo Kericho ole kagomonge county MP nebo Kericho Beatrice Kemei akosom sigik ak stakeholders alak chebo somanet kocheng walutiet nebo yautik chebo belsetab sukul chekoketestai keborionji eng emet asikekirinda kobetetab sobonwek ak malik. Kosubkei Kemei konyolu koib boroindo netai sigik kotikon lagokwai asikeistoegei yautik choto bo belset ab sukul ak ateboshek alak cheyach eng kwenutab kipsomaninik. Kongenyoru report notok eng koindo kobun sirindenyo eng taonitab Kericho Robert Siele.
Kong'alalen kokwetab Kolonget en Kedowa kimugul en Kipkelianis en county nebo Kericho kasarta nekaindochi yatetab kot nekoteche kobun legutab National Government Affirmative Action Fund NGAF, komwa county MP nebo Kericho Beatrice Kemei kole makat en kipsomaninik en sukulishekab emoni konyor atebet nemie akotokyigei somanet asikeistoengei yautik chebo belsetab sukulishek.
Ale ongemeten chemarget, ongemeten strike, ongemeten chekibele korik, chekibele sukulishekyok. Amwae kounon ko kokikose kora komi olimbo Kilgili Utumishi Academy, lakini kobar lagok ako kitindoi ot lakwet agenge nebo Kipkelianis nekokibet en ng'alechoton bo maat en olimbo Utumishi. So amiten yo kora amache amwa pole to that family. Miten akotoretet en betunieb raini ak amwae alenen ayyo ak akonu kurset kora en sukulishek chok chemi Kericho County. Kikose Kipsigis Girls, kikose Kabianga ak sukulishek alak.
Kamwa county MP kole makat en kipsomaninik kocheng ortinwek chebo ng'alalet asikeistoengei yautik chemokororon ng'alalet nekarob eun nominated MCA Irene Lang'at.
Ko somenyun amwae alenen ongebe dialogue. Otindoi miten channel neke-expressene ng'alek, miten prefects asikeba class teacher, keba counseling teacher ak keba kitindoi ko chaplain en sukulishek. Niton kora asome sukulit age tugul konyor counseling department ak konyor chaplain en sukulishek. Ak asome kanetik ale be alert. Ngotokas kit nekakile swe anan okas kele mi kit nekebongoni komoto assumen ak ole ni kawaida, lakini onai nguni ole let us be alert. Ak asom kora sigik ale yekabwa gaa lagok, amun angen ale kiyoku lagok kokiyokto alak koba gaa, ong'ololchi lagokwok, keng'ololchin lagokyok.
So tunaomba wazazi pia tunapokuwa nyumbani tujiulize ni nini inasababisha hizo strikes zenye ziko shule zetu. Baadhi ya mambo ni maneno hata yenye watoto wetu wanaona kwa familia. Unapata wazazi wanachapana mbele ya watoto.
Kamwa Mrs. Kemei kole nyolu konai kora kipsomaninik kole miten ng'atutik en kasarta nekatinygei ak yautik chemokororon.
Miten lagok chekirwokyi, mobwat ole tomoit kenyisiek 18 komakimuche kirwokwok, makimuche kindeyo ko. Kou ngunon chekobo Utumishi kirwokyin ak karon kirwokyin out of murder.
Kaboisien barainoton county MP kole kobun legut nebo NGAF kokikotekyi familia chemaimuchegei cheitet 21 ole kaek kelchin en family nebo Stephen To ak Emily To kobun Kolonget en Kidowa, kit nekaibor boiboiyet icheket.
Ako agenge en beneficiaries namba 21 kong'eten inoiku mama county nebo Kericho ko agenge en korik che kiketech kobun National Government Affirmative Action Fund noton kekuren NGAF. Ako ye kibwone kokakiyote koi, ko kiyote kora toilet and bathroom anan kikitekyi kora toilet and bathroom ak kechopchi vertical kitchen garden. Ako kot kora kefonisheni keker kele kanyor tuguk chombo ko kap Stephen kou yekinyor biik alak ak ichek che beneficiaries.
Aeche kongoi en chi age tugul nekatiebeun. Alen kongoi. Aeche kongoi en mama county kora nikikotoreton. Kimenye kon bo suswek nikiyaker ngen kole. Konyo kokerin koske kitwal kosukul kanjwani ak kamiti yepwoiti ak alak ak pastaek.
Amwae kongoi kabisa, ki en betut nikikitoreton ketekwon kot ko kiamenye kot age nekibo suswek kabisa nekinekit kolu. Amwae kongoi kabisa en toreteng'wong ak kokwet amwae kongoi. Akot kokwet akichek ko kitien kotekwon kot. Amwae kongoi kabisa en toreteng'wong.
Aripotchin logoiwekab emet chebo Kass kong'eten county nebo Kericho, kainenyun ko Robert Siele.
noton nebo Kericho kemeiweksei akoi county noton nebo Uasin Gishu ole kago ndochi anan kaindochi principal secretary nebo korokoroshek anan correctional services Dr. Salome Biako tetutiet nebo kolsetab ketik eng imbaret nebo korkoretab Eldoret GK Prisons ole kakikol ketik chesire 2,500 eng kakwautietab kerib itonwekab emet. Kosub ak Biako konamegei kakwautionotok ak magetab serikali nebo kekol ketik bilion 15 koite kenyitab 2032 asikoribokis itonwekab emet netoreti kobit ropta eng kotugul. Kongenyoru report notok kobun sirindenyo eng taonitab Eldoret Isaac Kogei.
Kondojin Principal Secretary noton bo State Department for Correctional Services Dr. Salome Biako ak ofisaekab Eldoret GK Prisons koboto kipsomaninik kokol ketik chesire 2,500 nemwoe ine kole tokyingei tetutyonotok ripsetab timwek ak misetab president noton bo kolsetab ketik ak ripsetab itonwekab emet.
We are emphasizing on reforestation of all our lands. And here in the Eldoret prison today, we have planted 2,500 trees using a whole of government approach. The students, the officers, and even our clients, the inmates, have come together in realization that we as Kenyans must take responsibility for reforestation, for combating climate change, for restoring the nature as it ought to be. And we have laid a great emphasis today that we are not only planting the indigenous trees so that we restore the ecosystem as it used to be before, but we are also plugging into food production. We have reclaimed land that was in a swampy area, and in that land that we have reclaimed, we have planted an orchard. We are growing an orchard. We have planted avocado seedlings, 500 of them, with the intention of increasing this number to 1,000 to 2,000, so that these students here, our inmates, and also our officers can also benefit and partake of the same.
Kama Dr. Biako kole tinye emoni keritab kolsetab ketik bilionishek 15 koite kenyitab 2032.
And of course, we are also here with our sister department, the sister department which is probation and aftercare, because we realize that all of us have a role to play to ensuring that we actually grow trees, we actually restore the ecosystem as nature would have us do.
Katas komwa ine kole kikotaban department notok betutab kwang'wan kasi arawet age tugul kotokchigei kolsetab ketik ne agoi nguni kokomuch kokol ketik chesire milionishek 6 eng emetab Kenya komugul.
Every month, every first Thursday of the month, we plant trees, we grow trees, and we are increasing this. For example, in this region, the whole land that we have in this Eldoret Lumumba farm, which is over 400 acres, we have planted trees along the fence. So we are making great strides in achieving our own target of plugging into the 15 billion trees, because we as correctional services are very committed. Every single month we are growing more trees. Every single month, all the 135 stations, all the 135 prison stations, and all 148 probation stations, we are committed to ensuring that the Greening Kenya initiative is being led from the front in this State Department. And so we have made great strides, and we anticipate that by the time 2032 comes, we shall have surpassed our targets. And not only that, we are donating seedlings, and we request every Kenyan of goodwill, because we know we are patriotic, we are loyal to the country, we are Kenyans, we know that improving and making Kenya great is our business.
Kong'eteke taonitab Eldoret eng county nebo Uasin Gishu, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Isaac Kogei.
Ketesetai kebendi agoi county noton nebo Kericho ole eng kasarta netesetai bolotet nebo 2027 eng emet ko kagesom biikab emoni kolewen President William Ruto eng tamitab oeng eng lewenisiet nebo 2027 amu kikoyai boisiet neo eng emoni kosub ak county MP nebo Kericho Beatrice Kemei kotindoi kayanet kole wendi konyoru kabelisiet Ruto eng lewenisionotok kosub ak boisionik chekokoyai eng emet ole some kandoikab upinzani koyai bolotet nebo kalyet akokoch boroindo President Ruto nebo koboisiechi biikab emet kokinyoru report notok eng koindo kobun sirindenyo eng taonitab Kericho Robert Siele.
Kamwa county MP nebo Kericho Beatrice Kemei kole toku boisionikab kandoindetab emet President Dr. William Ruto noton tingen kayanet emoni nebo kolewen inendet en kasarta nebo oeng en lewenisiet nenyone.
William Samoei Ruto amefanya kazi ile inaonekana, mashule imejengwa, SHA inafanya kazi, barabara imeanza kujengwa, tutam ya rais. Nawaambia hamuna nafasi, hata mkiungana wote mtashindwa asubuhi, mtashindwa asubuhi. Sirigiji tulikutoa, tulikuimpeach because tuliona hauna maneno ya maana kwa nchi yetu ya Kenya. Na wewe ndio mtu unataka kufanya watu wachapane.
Kosubka county MP kotesetai kora president koibu walet ak kibagenge ak chomyet en emet ole kamach neki deputy president en emoni nekikisto en boisiet Rigathi Gachagua komatkowech noton.
Lakini from Kericho tunakuambia we are uniting the people of Kenya. Dr. William Samoei Ruto is uniting the people of Kenya and he has great plans for this country. So tunataka tukuambie kaa nyumbani and you will watch and see this Kenya progressing. This country is progressing. Kericho County, Kedara Kimugul, tuko na chakula ya kutosha. Sisi ni watu wa mahindi, tunapanda mahindi. And because of that, ni vile mbolea ikarudishwa chini from 7,500 to 2,500. Kuna chakula ya kutosha. Wapi tutam ya
Karirtan kora county MP alak en kandoikab upinzani en mwaet kole kimiten en barainwekab kandoinatet kobaten kitemenen koib walet.
Si ulikuwa minister na hakuna kitu ulifanya. Hata maneno ya CPE ilikukataa, ulishindwa, lakini rais amenyorosha maneno ya education. Funding model iko sawa. Bursary and capitation inaingia kwa mashule. Sio tutam ya rais. Waambia kaa huku kando, muone vile hii Kenya itaendeshwa na Dr. William Samoei Ruto na naibu wake Profesa Kithure Kindiki.
Aripotenye logoiwekab emet chebo Kass kong'eten county nebo Kericho, kainenyu ko Robert Siele.
Maget kandoik chebo kibagengeisiekab bandab tai chenotin kou cooperatives koto kibagengeit nenaat kou Economic Advisory Council newendi kokimiti telelchinet nekararan nebo cooperatives eng emoni. Wendi Economic Advisory Council inotok koyumi chebo ng'echerok eng cooperatives asikokanapta kandoinatet nemie eng cooperatives chebo emoni kosub ak nebo ng'echeret eng kibagengeit anan kibagengeit noton nebo Cooperative Alliance of Kenya McLeod Malonza ko tesetai kora chobetab arorutiet netelelchin yaetab boisiet eng cooperatives nenaat kou strategic plan newendi kondochini boisionikab cooperatives eng kasarta nebo kenyisiek 5 chemite tai asi koba barak boisionikab kibagengeisiek chata akonyor keljin membaek.
There's the science of creating What we are discussing is how we can advance our advocacy and representation of our members effectively. One, also the relationship between the management and the board in terms of how to carry their duty without a lot of friction for efficient delivery to our members. More importantly, to focus on our members and also to establish the trajectory for the next 5 years as we move as a cooperative movement. Boards, the leadership, of course, is the chairman and the deputy. And we want to smoothen that relationship between, especially at the board level and also the management level. Because what we are looking for and what we want is an effective system that works to serve the members, to avoid self-serving and also conflict between the management and the board. They need to work together. We are trying to think about how we establish an economic council that is an advisory to the CAK, which is an advisory from all sectors, so that every time a CAK, as we speak for every cooperative in this country without discrimination, including regions, and also having the new tenants in terms of governance in the board, especially on inclusivity, gender, the majority groups, to ensure that their voice is heard as we move on. That was the main key which brought us together.
The training here has been on the distinct roles between the board, the chairman, the vice chairman, and the management, so that we can minimize any friction which could come in as a result of conflict of roles within the institutions that can bring a lot of inefficiencies. And therefore, we have retooled our leaders on those areas. The chairman have said they will speak in one voice, they will support CAK in advocating for good regulations, good laws, and good environment upon which cooperatives will be running. So from now onwards, the chairman will be taking control of the affairs of the cooperatives in Kenya.
It was quite an important forum where chairpersons were meeting and interacting to discuss the movement at large. We have been taking so many areas in terms of governance, in terms of leadership, and very eventually we are today looking at how we can strengthen the chairperson's caucus. And we were able to see some of the disputes, some of the areas that can bring some conflict in the movement, and we were able to go through them and see what are some of the results that can lead to this kind of conflict, and then how can we navigate them for the betterment of the movement, for the betterment of the larger cooperative movement in this country.
Eng leta ko makchinigei toretet neo rwoik che refugees chemite kambishekab refugees eng Dadaab ak Kakuma asikomuch komong akonyor keljin kobun talent nengwai nebo labatet. Chechang eng rwoichoto mitei eng kambishek chebo refugees kobune kewelutik che echen cheboto rarunetab amitwogik ak tuguk alak cheboto komoswek cheboisien eng yaetab training. Kosubak notok ko kotel nekilobotindet Tekla Lorupe koibchi rwoichoto toretetab amitwogik asi komuch konyor kimnotet eng kasarta nechopchinigei labatet anan training ole tindoi kayanet kole tun kimuti alak eng rwoichoto koba urerioshek choto chebo Summer Olympics chekiyoe eng konekit eng emetab America. Ko korutechi sirindenyo Tom Chepsoi eng kibagenge ak Tekla Lorupe Foundation kambitab refugees nebo Kakuma Refugee Camp eng kokoitoetab amitwogik choto bo toretet akoibwech report anan atindiot neisube.
ko emiten mita brand town ne bo Kakuma ne miten eng Turkana West noton amu gurtu jikambi noton po Kakuma refugee camp noton ku su pi kiri mu ki uto emotun ko hoste akbar yusip ko bo to uto ne bi kichang eng emotun ki Rwanda Burundi emitap South Sudan emitap Ethiopia ko to emitap Somalia noton ko uto jacket ako miten kambi ne bo Kakuma camp ko bo to Dadaab camp ne miten ngo bo Garissa County.
Kakuma refugee camp ne miten eng komosal po Kakuma ne miten eng Turkana West eng komosal po Turkana County. Kutundoi PKT 1385 che miten eng kambi ne po Kakuma. Ne noton kotesta kutundoi kaimutik che terter kosubkei ak kakwoutiet nebo kosto toretet emetab Amerika kobundoi kibagenge nebo USAID kotesta komiten kambi noton po Kakuma refugee camp koboto Dadaab camp ne miten eng komosal po Garissa County eng orogenet koboto kakwoutiet nebo kaimutik chetinyegei ak toretet. Ne noton kotundoi neten kebeberta noton po Dadaab refugee camp kite 1430 noton kotindoi koitab biik chechang mising kekerkeit ak Kakuma choton ko tindoi biik eng tugul 1730.
Tulikuwa hapa 2014.
Naam, 2014.
Yes.
Tukiprepare for Olympics. Vile umerudi hapa in preparation again ya Olympics.
Kusubkei ak Kimngeno Siele neten ko settlement manager nebunu kibagengeit nenat ku DRS neten kotelelchin kebeberta noton po settlement scheme noton ko kikewal kebeberta noton po Dadaab kong'eten refugee camp ako settlement scheme noton komiten eng ng'weny nebo municipality nebo Kakuma municipality eng Turkana West.
Ningependa kuchukua nafasi hii kushukuru ambassador wetu wa peace Tekla Lorupe, dadangu ambaye amekuja all the way kutoka kule headquarters na chakula ambacho ametuletea kama watu wakimbizi.
Kosubkei ak Kimngeno Siele komaneten kole kiib kakwoutiet noton emetab Kenya nebo kosto bichoton eng refugee camp ako much komeng'is anan kokochi icheket meng'ondosiek koboto boisionik eng alak eng biik chebunu komosta nebo Turkana County.
Hapa kwa refugee settlement hapa tuko na idadi ya wakimbizi takribani 1313 hapa kwa kambi na kule settlement kwa Kalobeyei tuko na kama 2000. So in total tuko na watu 15,000 hivi ambao wanaishi na sisi hapa. Pili, nataka niwajulishe kwamba hapa kwa hii kambi yetu tuko na idadi ya watu ambao wako skilled, wako na tajriba ya skills fulani 16,000 wako na skills, sio watu ambao ni hivi. So hata hiyo sports ni part of the skills. Nashukuru sana kwa sababu hiyo talent ambayo tunaitafuta hata kwa kambi huku itatusaidia.
Kusubkei ak kibagengeit nebo Tekla Lorupe Peace Foundation koboto kibagengeit nebo IOC International Olympic Committee eng emetab Kenya ak kibagengeit nebo ASAL komuch koipchi amitwogik biik chemiten eng kambi noton po Kakuma mising eng lobotik chemiten eng kambishek anan ko mornok cheterter chebo Kakuma refugee camp koboto biik cheusen ak alak eng biik chemiten eng tabanda nebo settlement scheme noton po Kakuma.
Tumepokea chakula mingi na hichi chakula itaendea watu ambao ni vulnerable hapa ndani. Pia kuna ile ya host community pia wamewasaidia. Tunasema chochote ambacho kinakuja hapa kwa kambi lazima pia kiende kwa watu host kwa sababu tuna share kwa sababu ya ushirikiano.
Hii chakula ambayo tumepewa leo tutaenda kupeana kwa community ya Turkana because those are the host. Sababu mtu akiku host, and I know many department or international bodies, when they have anything that comes, they bring straight to their camp. Of which now it's not good whereby you host somebody and they are the one who are benefiting. But because of the food that we have today, it is half-half. That also the community of Turkana, including the athletes, will also benefit. Ni kidogo lakini it's the food for peace. And I want to encourage all the youth who are here that continue doing sports. You will go far. Your energy will take you somewhere. And if you go somewhere, you get education and think of also going back to invest to your people.
Kosubkei ak ngeno siele komaneten kole kokoche noton koib kibagenge noton bo DRS nemiten eng department nebo refugees services ne noton komiten eng oritetab ministry noton bo ripsetab kalyet eng emet orit kokoche nebo keib eng kibagenge bichoton miten eng refugee camp,
kwa sababu ya kitu ambayo tunaita shirika, yani tunafanya integration kwa kila jambo. Kama ni sports tunaangalia ndani na kule nje, kama ni chakula ndani nje, kama ni chochote lazima tuhakikishe kwamba tunawafikia hawa watu wetu ambao wako toka Kakuma 1, Kakuma 2, Kakuma 3, Kakuma 4, Kalobeye village 1, Kalobeye village 2, Kalobeye village 3. Camp mzima na settlement yote lazima tuangalie tunasaidia namna gani. 1315 wale ambao watapata iwe ni nafuu, iwafanye kufikiria mambo ya sports kama kitu ambayo itawaletea manufaa.
Kosubkei ak alak eng mengichoton anan ko refugees chemiten eng kampinoton po Kakuma, Alexandra Price koboto Msafiri Franco Bauleshe kokamwa icheket kole tukotestai kotonyoru toretet nemining kobun kibagengeisiek cheterter choton kokamwa icheket kole tukomiten eng koimutik kosubkei ak amitwogik chetokyinigei refugees chemiten eng kambisiek choton.
I'm so happy to be part of this, to receive this food from Tekla Lorup, to think also about the refugees who are living here in Kakuma. Not only limit ourselves as refugees, we are now in settlement area, as our manager said before. So I'm so happy to receive this fund. Again, I touch one of the bags to see that evidence that we have received it. Yeah.
Kwanza hata niseme nimefurahi sana kwa hiyo opportunities kutoka kwa government of Kenya kwa kutusaidia na chakula ya kuletea mandugu zangu hapa kwa camp, especially ma athletes. Ya vile vile nashukuru UNHCR na DRS kwa hii nafasi ya kuturuhusu kuingia katika kampu na kusaidia mandugu zangu.
Nekamwa icheket kole kokochi noton po toretet kobun kibagenge nebo Tekla Lorup Peace Foundation kokochin lobotik kotestai icheket eng chobetabkei nebo labatet netelelchi kibagenge nebo IOC Kenya koboto kebeberta noton po Anaka ne noton kotelelchin kebeberta noton po Olympics in Africa komugul eng chobetabkei nebo labatet nebo Summer Olympics nemokomiten eng aratab sab eng Los Angeles 2028 eng emetab America.
We are together even in August during the next athletics that we host it, and we have the youth in the Kakuma and the Kalubeye, the athletes who are here. I think they will join your team so that they can group and help other people in their camp, not only here in Kakuma.
Nasema ya kwamba hii ni good opportunities, na naweza sema ya kwamba kuambia mandugu zangu athletes, youth in general, to concentrate na sports, to focus na sport, because sport inalipa, talent inalipa, skills inalipa. So usikuwa na skills na ukalie chini, hawezi washa taa alafu chini ya kitanda, lazima uweke juu ionekane, hiyo mwangaza iangazie watu wengine.
Temu kiruti 2014 akapasana Lorup kete kecha labotiki chekemo kalabati eng Rio de Janeiro Olympics nenoton ke miten betabran kora eng ko noton ko chengetab labotiki boto toretab labotiki miten eng kambi noton po Kakuma.
2028 Los Angeles Olympic inakuja, tuna prepare games zingine zinakuja.
Kosubkei ak Tekla Lorup komaneten kole kokochi noton po toretetab labotik koboto biik cheyosen ak biik chemiten eng tabantan nebo refugee camp noton po Kakuma kokochi nebo kotoret icheket eng amitwogik koboto tuguk cheterter nganda komaneten kole tukomiten ngweny toretet tokchinigei bichoton miten eng camp anan ko settlement scheme.
I was an athlete myself. I know what it means for an athlete to train and to have food. When I talk with our government, I thought of integration, and I thought the first people to support are the athletes, because in 2014 we were here to do trial for the first refugees athlete to compete in Olympic under IOC flag, of which the Kenya government through DRT supported us to make sure that the athletes who trained in Gong came from here. So my first thinking of food, she ran for the country, and she became the first South Sudan to get the Africa Championship gold medal. The Olympics are coming. And I'm sure that my brother, county commissioner, will be happy to take his team from here to compete against the Kenyans. Because you are the one who is supporting these people. So make the people who are here proud. And I will come back and I want to say thanks to the UNSCR for the opportunity of supporting all of us and all of you.
Kongete kama sana ba Kakuma eng Turkana West, Turkana County, loga bebe chibokas, tugurno tom chipsoi.
Ko eng atindiondonoto bo Tom Chepsoi kotinygei ak boisiet anan toretet noto koipto nekilobotindet Tekla Lorupe koityi rwoik chemite kambitab Kakuma ak Dadaab sikobit koboisie amitwogik chotok akonyor kimnotet nebo koyai training noto nebo labatet. Ko kakeit let eng logoiwekab emet chekaitun eng inguni kong'ete Kass TV. Kainenyu ko Bernard Tanoi, amakun kit age tugul nemie testai iker Kass TV amu kimnotet naet.